I'm Lila with Steel Support Systems, and this is the equipment that you will need to complete your barbecue frame. Over here, for safety equipment, we have a face shield, gloves, and ear protection. Over here, for the equipment that you will need, we have a drill, a 3/8 inch nut driver, a pen, and a measuring tape. The first step to assembly would be mark the slices in the middle, which here would be 4 1/4 inch. So you would take your measuring tape and mark them each right in the middle. We will need to identify all of the parts of our barbecue frame. Over here, we have the front grill area. Right here, we have the front refrigerator area. Right here, we have the top with the side burner. Right there, we have the top with the grill area. In the middle, we have the 3 crossbars that you will need to support the frame. Back here, we have the right side. Over there, we have the left side. And back there is the back of your frame. Our next step is to assemble the 3 main panels, the front, the top, and the back. Now we will start assembling the front. First, you will take your splices and insert them into the frame. This is where your markings come into play. You only insert them halfway. This is where your markings come into play. Only insert it in halfway. Before we start using any power tools, we need to put on all of our safety equipment, our gloves, and our eye protection. Now let's get started. Now, to finish our front panel, slide the other side in, and then proceed. Now that we have assembled the front panel, we will do the back the same way. Remember, only insert your splices in halfway. Notice that in one of the splices, there is an extra hole. So, you will insert this splice into the back panel. There is another hole in the back panel that you want to coordinate. Use a spare screw to help. Once you have inserted it, you can begin. Now, just as we did with the front panel, we're going to insert both sides of the back panel together and drill them together. For the front and the back panels, we use the same technique. But for the top panel, we're going to try something a little different. For this technique, you might want to take your gloves off. It's easier. For this technique, we will be using nuts and bolts. Insert your bolt into the frame. Then take your nut and screw it on. There's a hole a little farther up that you would do the same with. Take your bolt, put it in, then use your nut. Next step in assembling our barbecue frame is to take the left side panel and the front panel and insert them together. Note this hole on the left side panel. Make sure it is toward the back. Now we will do the same with the back. Now you will put the right side panel on in the same way that you put the left side panel on. There are 16 bolts in total that you need to drill. 2 on each of the 8 corners. 2, 2, 2, and 2. 8 more on the front. 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now we are going to install the lower crossbars. To do this, we need to flip over our frame entirely. Now that we have flipped over our barbecue frame, we now need to know exactly where the lower crossbars go. The first one is in the refrigerator area at the 5-inch mark. You want to mark this with your pen. The second one is at the 26-inch mark, which you also want to mark with your pen. And the third and last one is at the 66-inch mark. Mark that one with your pen also. Now that we have the lower crossbars installed with the frame still upside down, you want to place the top panel on the floor directly behind it. You then pick up your frame and place it on top of the top panel. Now we want a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch gap between the frame and the top panel. We want the same size gap on the other side. We will now drill in the bolt. Your barbecue frame is now ready for cement board and installation. Your barbecue frame is sturdy enough for any weight grill and countertop, including solid cement. Easy time putting together a barbecue frame with me. Our next video will be on cement board installation. Thank you and bye. Just remember, if I can do it, you can too.